Alright everyone, today we're going to be playing some Mechabellum. This is not a tournament match, this is just a regular old game of Mechabellum. My tournament match's audio was pretty bad. I think I've resolved that now. So hopefully we should be doing a little bit better. Let's see here, we got to pick our starting specialist. It'll pick our initial HP, our starting abilities, and our starting units here. I'm a big fan of Rhino Specialist. Mustang and Crawler start I don't like so much. Aerial Specialist is another great one. Crawler and Stormcaller is fine. But I think I'm going to go with Speed Specialist, Crawler, and Sledgehammer here. This setup is probably a good opportunity for me to just show off kind of like playing a basic fundamental Mechabellum. So our opponent's on Crawlers and Steel Balls. That is a classic aggressive startup with Giant Specialist. So we could see like a early Overlord with Photon Emission push here. Start off by putting my Crawlers behind the tower. And then my tanks, I'm going to put them in a vertical formation just ahead of the Crawlers. Leave some room. 4 spaces here for a Giant if I want them to be next to the tanks. And then we'll put some more Crawlers in the back late arriving. We don't have any anti-air, but that's okay. Our opponent's not showing any air yet. Really just going to focus on kind of what I'm doing. I place my tanks vertically so that if the steel balls come at them, they'll only latch onto one tank at a time. Very good. I'll go ahead and unlock the arc lights. These are great at clearing out the early crawlers. And now I have a decision. Do I want to add a single arc light, or do I want to go ahead and add more chaff? I think I will go ahead and add a single arc light, just to reinforce one side. We're probably going to lose the first round. I don't know. The tanks are pretty good at clearing the chaff and killing the steel balls, so maybe this arc light isn't necessary. We can always sell it later. Yeah, that looks pretty good. Okay, so they went with the standard setup as well. Not usual for a steel ball player. Someone with the starting units, so we may not be seeing those early aggressive pushes. Our chaff clear should be much better than his with tanks and an arc light. Arc light's stuck on that steel ball right now. Oh, it's all right. We're gonna get through the chaff. Hopefully our tanks can get onto these balls, but it looks like we're gonna lose the first round here. Hit the speed up button. Don't want to be rude. Okay. Pretty rough loss, actually. That's okay. Tanks aren't exactly good at killing all of those things. Free Marksman is tempting. Marksmen are decent at killing balls and the arc lights. They do only show 3 packs of chaff. A level 2 Mustang, though, if we get an item on that, that's very, very good. Also, Mustangs help round out our anti-air problem. Because if our opponent like goes a single Phoenix or Wasp, then we lose. So I think we got to pick the Mustang here. Our opponent's probably thinking the same thing. They might go Stormcaller. If they do, that's okay. We're not that worried about it. I'm going to go ahead and buy another pack of Mustangs. Shore up our other side here in case of a flank. Mustangs will help kill air. It also brings them around on the edge here, so that way they're not like grouped up with the tanks. We don't want them to be standing on top of each other, just in case our opponent went Stormcaller. Now I have another choice. Go into arc light number 2 for this side, or go into another pack of crawlers. I think I'm just going to go into arc light number 2 for the other side here. Make sure our chaff clear is pretty good. The Mustangs also help with the chaff clear. Unlock a unit. We got our free ones here at the top, so we will take them. We'll go ahead and unlock these snipers. We may be putting some fangs in the front as well. Fangs do a decent job against steel balls and arc lights. But for now, this is okay. We can always unlock fangs next round if that's the route we want to go. 100 left over. Let's go ahead and get damage from the towers. The towers all have upgrades. Don't forget to use them. Damage 1 is good because we do have the Mustangs. Mustangs damage is quite low. So let's see how this round goes. Our opponent goes into an early Vulcan. Good. We were showing 4 packs of crawlers. Looks like whatever they got the marksmen as well. Giant Specialist means early giants like this happen all the time. Vulcan getting stuck on our tank there for the moment. Pretty good. This Arclight doesn't care. We don't have any good damage against that Vulcan, so that Vulcan's going to chew us up. You'll see the Mustangs have helped a lot on both sides. And if it wasn't for that Vulcan, we would have won the fight. But, of course, the thing our opponent bought beat the thing that we bought. Now we've got to decide how to contend with this Vulcan. Putting Fangs on the front line doesn't work against it. Extended range Vulcan. Ooh, that's spooky. Our opponent goes that or enhancement module. He's got a steel ball. He could level up. No levels on our guys. That's why it's important to win the early rounds if you can. I think we take Smoke Bomb here. It'll distract these archers and mess up the Vulcan. Does cost us 100 credits though. All of the snipers were walking forward pretty decently. I don't know if we want to try and get the Vulcan in it or not. I think we will. Go for something like that. Yeah. I mean, that's pretty, you know, like he could probably see that coming. Do we shield against the Smoke Bomb? I mean, we really don't want to get in close. He's already getting in close, actually, so I don't think we shield against the Smoke Bomb. It's really not that bad for us. How are we going to deal with this Vulcan? We can either go air, or we can go something on the ground with a little oomph, maybe Storm Callers. I'm tempted to go Phoenix here, although he does already have Marksman. They do have the anti-air tag. But Phoenixes are just a good, solid single target damage. I think I'm just going to go with the Phoenixes. Stormcallers seem good against everything he's got, actually. Let's go Stormcallers. Again, leaving that space for a giant. We have 50. Could spend it on a missile. I don't want to. We'll put that in our pocket. He went with the extended range on the Vulcan. Definitely makes a lot of sense for them to pick that. Stormcaller missiles are landing, already chunking that Vulcan's health. Sniper in the smoke, very good. Definitely need to kill this chaff a little bit faster, and he did upgrade those steel balls as expected. We got the tower on the left side. That might be enough for us to bring home the win here. Ooh, he's going to get our tower on that side, though. I think we just have enough stuff alive that those steel balls can't do anything. So here we're just playing good standard fundamentals. Improved firepower control system. Speed specialist, again, that does make our speedy guys very speedy, or super heavy armor. He's likely going to take super heavy armor and put it on the Vulcan. So we're going to take improved firepower system. I'm going to upgrade these Stormcallers. Normally I don't upgrade my Stormcallers, but if they're going to be shooting at this Vulcan, then they're going to need it. Improved firepower is great on Mustangs. I'll give it to them. Upgrade our Mustangs on this side because they're a good carry unit. And these Mustangs really need range to try and keep them back away from the Vulcan as much as possible. The Vulcan has 115. We buy range here, we'll be outranging it. So we'll do that. It'll have to walk forward to get our Mustangs. That's what we want. 250 remaining. That means we can buy some chaff units. I am probably still going to put some Fangs up front. It's because they are good at blocking for missiles. And I'm going to try and avoid the Vulcan with them. Over here, it doesn't matter as much, so we're just going to put them right in front of the Stormcallers. Do have 50 gold. I could be, or 50 credits. Could be missiling like this pack or something here, but again, I think we just keep that in our pockets for later. We could use it to upgrade these crawlers as well, but I don't know. Once the smoke clears, these crawlers aren't going to be doing anything anymore, so I think I'll actually move these slightly over to the right to pull the Arclight into the smoke. Upgraded the Vulcan, put the improved firepower system on it. Very interesting. Going for the damage. Seems kind of silly to me. Guess he just wants to melt those tanks a little bit faster. That's fine. If he had put the super heavy armor on it, that thing would be living a lot longer, but instead, it's getting melted. So are our improved firepower control Mustangs, though. We definitely need better chaff clear on this side. Taking care of the Vulcan just fine, though, which is a big deal. Nice. This is just good fundamentals here. Haste module, steel ball production, both are very good items. Strike specialist, also very interesting. It's weaker on this side. We could set up a flank. Or I could just take the haste module to get my stuff from the left side to the right side faster. I'm going to take strike specialist, and maybe we'll do something interesting with it, but I'm not that worried about that. We want to, again, just stick to the good fundamentals. We could level this up again, but it's really easy for him to counter a set of Stormcallers with just like some missile turrets, which I'm anticipating him doing at some point. So when the Stormcallers stop working, we will need a melting point to contend with this Vulcan. It might be time to go ahead and do it. I could definitely see our opponent going for an anti-missile play here. Melting points usually need range, and I think today is no exception. And we can afford another group of chaff or another arc light. Our arc light right here keeps walking off to the right. There's a bunch of targets for it on that side. There's less targets for it over here. You could level up these crawlers. I kind of want to do like a crawler flank on this side to pull some of this stuff away so we can focus down this Vulcan. I don't hate this idea. Just pull all this stuff away, give us time to work that Vulcan down. Again, 50 credits left over, nothing to do with it. Another Vulcan on this side with the steel ball production. We were talking about it being good. We are able to keep the chaff units there distracted. That gets our melting point onto that Vulcan a little bit faster. Awesome. We're able to really take control of the right side now. Left side's finally starting to lose. That's okay. Speed up. Don't be rude. That said, if you need to play slower, play slower. If you really need to watch and focus on what's going on, then absolutely do so. All right, 4 Phoenixes, a single Scorpion, 4 Wasps, or 2 Rhinos. Wasp, probably not a good idea. He does already have Mustangs on board. He's playing good fundamentals as well. 2 Rhinos would be an interesting choice. Keep them away from this, but he already does have the steel balls, so that's probably not good for me. It's either a Scorpion or the 4 Phoenixes. I'll probably go with the Phoenixes. We're going to be answering the Vulcans with Melters at this point. The Phoenixes are a good bet. What's our opponent going to go into against us? Maybe a Scorpion? Probably not the Wasps. Maybe the Rhinos, although I do have Melters showing. So it's either Phoenixes or Scorpion for my opponent too. We'll probably go Phoenixes. So we'll counter that with our own. Put another Melter over here to contest this one. Upgrade our big boys, heavy hitters. Phoenixes definitely need range, so we win the mirror match when it happens, because it is going to. And we're just going to go with the good fundamental play here and space them out evenly. Like so. 250 left over for us to buy another unit or spend on upgrading like these tanks. Like this group of tanks, I think, is just dead to the flames every single time. We may even end up selling them because they're just acting as chaff. This group of tanks, however, can probably withstand it for a little while. In fact, I think I will get rid of these tanks as they are just dying. And instead, we will add more chaff a little bit later arriving. Oh, just kidding. I couldn't move them in time. Gotta make your decisions quicker. And our opponent went with the Phoenixes as well. No range on theirs, so we do win the Phoenix War if it comes down to that. Second Melter on this side to kill off all those Mustangs that we have is going to be devastating. But fire on the Stormcallers, though, and we end the Chaff War once and for all. Phoenix is outranging Phoenixes. Although we do lose a couple here. Good. We were able to take that down. I don't know if the melter can deal with all that firepower. We will take down both of the snipers, though. So, small wins. We're on the back foot here. Looking a little rough. That's okay. Portable shield, extended range stormcaller. We don't want to decrease their attack, though. I think it's going to be the enhancement module. Onto our melter. Smoke's definitely coming down on our weak side. Upgrade the Mustangs. They are doing a lot of work for us here. Alrighty. We'll add fire to our own stormcallers. And then I also want the oil bomb. This will mess up his... This will, like, burn all of his own units here. And our crawlers too, but that's okay. We're going to put our crawlers underground so they are more likely to survive the fire. So when he torches our infantry here, he will be creating a mess for himself, ideally. We may even add another pack of stormcallers to make sure we're getting fire on the middle, because right now we're not. That's looking pretty good. More chaff in front. Draws attention away from these guys. Get our upgrade. Add temp range. Put down a bubble. Protect against the fire here. Protect these guys. See how it turns out. We've got our own fire on the ground now. Should be killing some of these crawlers. Taking down some of that chaff just a little bit faster for us. Really making room for the melters to do their job. Phoenix is winning the Phoenix War. Nice. Cleaned it up. Just add a little fire. Problem is, our fire is easily counterable. A big rhino, a big hacker, double wraith, 2 level 3 wasps. Wow. That's a big hacker, man. He's got steel balls as well. Hacker, not a bad idea here. Of course, we upgrade the Mustangs. They are amazing. I think we just add a couple more Stormcallers. We really want to eliminate the chaff here. We'll do vertical. That way they fire at intervals, making the fire a little bit less predictable. I kind of want to mass recruit in order to get another hacker. We're going to elite it as well. Put them on this side. Hackers need range. Got to reach out and grab them. We'll grab the temporary range as well. Good. Buy the upgrades. We've got the money for it. Why not? We will upgrade these Phoenixes. That way they can get onto these juicy Vulcans and deal some damage. We can push to end the game here. We are looking a little low. Let's go ahead and push. Get upgrades on our Phoenixes here. No free units to unlock. Let's see if our hacker play is the right one. Our opponent just going harder into the Vulcans. That means our extra Stormcallers are going to pay dividends. Turn that Vulcan on him. Makes them all refocus. Oh, chaff coming in on the flank there. Going to ruin our day. That melter is just going to be blasting at its feet. Really not what we want to see. Our right side has managed to hold up pretty strong, however. Oh, it's just too much. Can these Stormcallers finish the job? I don't think so. It's alright. It's not going to be enough damage to kill us. Ooh, what a tight game. Chaff coming in on the side over here was really, really bad for us. Acid is not bad. Super heavy armor is not bad. Photon coating. We're going to go with acid. And just lay it down right in front. And we will shield the acid ourselves here. Go ahead and upgrade the Mustangs. Really doing a lot of work on this side. This hacker got a level as well. Let's do it. Could go for the barriers. Barriers are good against all of these Vulcans. What are we going to add to the mix, however? Phoenixes definitely need upgrades. I think we just need to add like another melter. This side's getting overwhelmed. And then we just need to continue to kill chaff. So more Stormcallers. More fire on the ground. Less problems. Let's put missiles on the front line chaff so our melters can get on target. We can't afford temp range. Let's push for it. We need it. We could drop another shield. These tanks aren't really doing anything. We don't have anything we need this round, though. Just put another shield down on our weak side. See how it goes. Managed to get rid of most of the chaff, but not all of it. He put his crawlers underground. So our chaff clear is now bad. Hackers are turning things against him, keeping everything kind of standing in the acid and stuff. Good damage out. Got a melter still living on both sides. This is game, I think. GG. Whew, that was good. That was a difficult match. Lots of Vulcans here. Our opponent was really heavy into the Vulcans. We could have went harder into air and really punished him for using Vulcans, because like wouldn't have targeted our air. So more Phoenixes, but I feel like the 4 that we had was doing enough. Getting outranged by the snipers, but that's all right. The melters were really doing most of the heavy lifting there, just zapping these guys down. And our Stormcallers, he didn't respond to the Stormcallers at all. You've got to respect the missiles. The missiles will absolutely get you. I do like the Vulcan play, at least initially, but you probably didn't need 7 of them. I feel like that's a bit overkill. 3 or 4 would have been more than enough, and then you could have put a couple of Overlords or melters of your own behind them. Let them clear the way and then get onto the big targets is kind of what my Stormcallers were doing. And the Mustangs were chewing up anything that got close. I could have maybe done splash damage on the Mustangs, like last round, like sold these tanks, gone splash damage to clear the chaff even better. Because that was the whole thing. Kill his chaff so that the melters can get on the big high value targets. The hackers were pretty mid. I don't feel too great about them. They weren't bad. You know, stealing the balls after they get in the face and, you know, making the Vulcans turn and stop focusing on certain things or stop for a second gave our melter a little bit more time to get in there, I think. And overall, I think it looked good. This one unit of crawlers over here, pulling all this stuff to the side even just for a second, really allowed these late arriving chaff to not get in our way as much. Yeah, I think if our opponent had responded to the Stormcallers, we would have been in a lot of trouble. But they didn't. And here we are. So we won the game. That's it for now, everyone. Thank you all very much for hanging out with me. Look at this beast, this monster. Yeah. You guys have a wonderful day.